Hey, real happy to be joined now by Norfolk State head coach Michael Vick. Coach, thanks a lot for being with us here today. Hey, so you're about a week into spring, your first spring session as a college football coach. You getting used to this yet?
No. No. I mean, look, we got a early morning practice schedule. Not used to that. Look, everything is a different routine, but at the same time, man, we just having fun. Get used to it, rolling with the punches, learning on the fly. We got a good group of coaches here that's learning as well, and helping me stay on my p's and q's. So it's football at the end of the day, and we know what we're doing. We know how to execute, and we've been trying to do that at a high level.
Well, and you mentioned right there you're trying to learn your P's and Q's, but your coaching Rolodex is pretty thick, I would assume. You have a lot of contacts in the coaching world. Whose brain have you picked? Who do you look to for guidance from the coaching world to kind of help you get your feet wet?
I look at all my coaches. I try to draw on the experiences that I've had over the years, from Mike Tomlin to Andy Reid to Chip Kelly to even reaching out to Coach Prime on a consistent basis. Like, I took notes over the years on everything that they ever told me, taught me, or made mention of, and so I just was planning ahead back in the day, just in case this time did come, and then I can go back to my notes and say, hey, I like what coach is doing here, I like what coach is doing there, and then try to make it my own flavor. So, it's good that I have the experience that I've had to work with amazing coaches.
Well, you're also getting used to shaping young men. Your name carries with it this legend of football. How's the response been from the guys in terms of warming up to you as Coach Vick?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been really cool. They all come by the office, they all come hang out, they all talk to me. I think most important, when I took this job, I felt like it was more important to coach the person instead of the football player, so to speak, and if that makes sense. Wanted to get to know these young men, get to know a lot about them, their families, what they don't like, what they do like, and then coach football. So I felt like it was important to get to know them and create that personal relationship. The football part is easy.
Now, I remember Virginia Tech Mike Vick all the way up through your career. Do these guys know Atlanta Mike Vick? Do they know Philadelphia Mike Vick? Which one are they more familiar with?
I think with Google and YouTube these days, man, all you gotta do is punch somebody's name in, you'll find out exactly what exists in their Rolodex. And so, from a football perspective, I'm pretty sure they know, about me as a player. But I want them to get to know me. I want them to look at everything, the good and the bad. How I got to be able to stand in front of them on a consistent basis, by being here. And it's just been an exciting time for everybody. I think they've all embraced uh, the newness, and just the abrupt change and what goes along with it. And I would tell you this: they didn't miss a beat. They came right in and hit it at 100 miles and run.
Well, how about the quarterbacks? So I would imagine it'd be pretty cool as a quarterback having you as a head coach. Have you kind of a special bond with those, maybe just having been the position you played?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the offense and the quarterback position in general is just like naturally something that I don't even have to pay attention to, and still can go out and teach it and help them execute. I can be looking in one area of the field and see something that happened with the quarterbacks and know exactly what happened. And that's a privilege, that's a perk, to knowing the position and having played so many downs in college and in the NFL. And so just to try to draw on those experiences alone allows me to be able to be productive with them, in a different sort of way.
You mentioned, hey, you want your guys to Google you, learn the good, learn the bad, know everything about me. And you're such a high profile person that, when you came here, obviously there were a lot of reactions. What is your message to people who say, hey, he shouldn't be here because of his past?
I don't really feel like I need to feed into it. I don't know. I have no answer for that question.
Yeah.
Other than God is good. God has blessed me and my family. God has blessed everybody in this program, for us to be in each other's presence. So I actually never heard anything outside of, but I know people read comments, and I know you as a part of the media. It's your job to see what the noise is or might be, good or bad. And so I really can't give you an answer on it.
So this program, what's your vision for this program? When you say Norfolk State football, what do you want people to eventually see it become?
A winning program, a program that set high standards, created a culture, have a culture. Um, and I hear the noise from the outside. I know what people say when you mention Norfolk State. Part of the reason I took the job I'm all about being an instrument of change and stepping in and helping people change and see change. And then, when it's all said and done, you look back and you see the outcome, and you feel real good about the decisions that was made along the way. So I'm just hoping that, uh, a couple of years from now, the perception of Norfolk State is totally different than what it was the last 10 years.
But it sounds like you grasp the work, what it's going to take between here and there.
Yeah, nothing in life is easy. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing's gonna be given to you. Everything's gonna be earned. Like I tell the guys, we got to go out and earn everything. Um, Nobody's gonna care about you complaining or crying or whether you win or lose. What I'm saying? You got to be happy with yourself at the end of the day. But I take that back. Winning cures all, and I think they know that. But we got a championship mentality right now, and we're not changing that. We're not going to deviate from that. Everything we're doing is all about winning from the time we step in here at 5:45 in the morning.
It's a different kind of recruiting as you build your team than maybe it was when you were being recruited, with transfer portal and everything like that. Are you more of a transfer portal coach? Are you more of a high school recruit coach, or do you blend those together? Have you found that happy medium?
I think you blend it together. Like I say, once again, I've always looked into the future even when I was at Fox, and you know, talk through these situations. If I became a head coach in 2026, how would I approach this? And so once I got the opportunity to be here, it was a consistent. It was a blend. I knew the portal was going to be important, the plug-in pieces. I also know that development is very important, and so I think we did really, really well on both sides in the portal and with recruiting. We got some really good players coming in in 2025, actually.
Well, hey, when we talked to the guys, they were like, "Man, I saw this 757 number when I was being recruited. I picked it up, and it was Mike Vick." Have you embraced that platform that you have to reach these kids that you use your name, but then they get here and they learn about you, the person? Have you really embraced that platform to get guys to come
Yeah,
here?
I have, and I feel like that's going to be an avenue for great recruiting. And it is what it is. We got admiration for one another. Um, it's not just about that. I think it's a respect level, but I also know the game of football. And so with these young men, I can help them grow as football players and help them navigate and get to where they want to go. I think that's the special part that we possess right now, the ability to change young men's lives. And there's enough coaches on this staff who have played at a high level, who understand what it takes to get to the next level. And ultimately, that's where we want our kids to go. We want them to go off and have an amazing football life and amazing, regular life.
So, Coach, what are fans going to see at Dick Price Stadium this year when they come to see you guys play?
What are they gonna see?
Yep.
Um, obviously we're gonna show up. I can't predict and say what we're gonna look like. It's still so early.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We just hope we can go out there and just find ways to win games. Um, 4 quarter games, and it should be exciting. It should be really exciting. Um, we got the players to make it exciting. I tell you that.
Are you still developing your style? Are you still developing what your offense will look like, what your defense will look like, everything like that?
Yeah, we only been in spring ball for a week.
Right.
So we got to learn the players. We got to learn what they can do, how they gonna do it, how they adjust in certain situations, how they react in situational football. What's the strong points? What's the weaknesses? I think you got to go through a whole spring and then watch the film and then digest what that really looked like and how you can correct it, what players go where, who's better at X versus Z. Who's better at the safety position as opposed to corner? It's for us. It gets really sophisticated, but we want to keep it really simple for the players.
Yeah, no doubt at all. And then lastly for you, Coach, have you thought yet about what it's going to be like to run out there for your first game, see the crowd, hopefully packed? Have you thought about what that's going to feel like for you?
Yeah, I thought about that. Like I said, I always stay in the future. I always live, try to live things out in my mind, let it play out. But I'm gonna be excited, man. I'm gonna be excited when I take that field. It'll be a dream come true, running out and having my own team. And this is the team that I built. This is the team that, I've molded to go out and go, face the opponent, the opposition, and try to get a win. And there's nothing better than that, and certainly, a milestone in my life and a time in my life that I'll never forget.